everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Rebecca. Today I am bringing you some fun, modern boho inspired DIY decor ideas using almost everything from Dollar Tree. So I hope you guys enjoy these ideas, and without further ado, let's jump in. The first one is something I came up with while I was thinking of what I could do with this extra mason jar lid that I had laying around, and I decided to paint it metallic gold, although you could totally leave it as is if you prefer. I'm going to glue this upside down to the bottom of a 7.5-inch cylinder Dollar Tree vase, and then take 2 packs of the smaller wooden dowels from Dollar Tree, and I'm painting those black. Once the paint was dry, I glued them onto the vase, alternating them with one starting at the top, pointed down, one at the bottom, pointed up, another at the top pointed down, and another at the bottom pointed up. I just kept continuing this all the way around, leaving a small space between each one, and I just continued doing this all the way around the vase. I think this made a very cute little modern boho style candle holder lantern. By the way, I'll have my favorite LED flameless timer candles linked below, as well as in my Amazon shop if you are curious. The next one is perfect for boho decor and also has that modern flair as well. And this one is actually a remake on something I did a few months ago, making a little banner out of this piece of fabric from Dollar Tree's craft section. Now, I highly recommend washing and drying your fabric first. I didn't do that, and honestly, I regret it now. So hopefully if you do that, your material won't shrink. Mine kind of shrunk a little bit when the paint dried. But anyway, I was inspired by a piece of art that I saw at Urban Outfitters for this one, and I decided to kind of try this piece with a black and white shades of gray version. And I just started with my black chalk paint to create a large circle at the top to be kind of like our sun or moon. And then also I did a band along the bottom. By the way, the fringe that's on here, I cut off from a Dollar Tree mat and I hot glued that on here. I'm going to link the original video if you want to see that part where I attached that fringe, but you could obviously make whatever fringe that you want out of cotton twine or out of any other kind of like nautical rope, twine, whatever you prefer. But Dollar Tree does have some mats and throw rugs, and you can create some fringe like this one. I just cut right off of that. So anyway, I mixed in a little bit of white chalk paint, and this way I was able to create a really dark gray, and then a little bit lighter gray, and then an even lighter gray, almost a white band across here as well, and I just went from darker to lighter. I also did 2 half moons with the gray as well, and here is what it looks like now with the silver arrow. I used this as a hanger for my Valentine's decor way back in February when I made this original piece of decor, and it is now almost August, so I kind of wanted to see how it looked, but at the same time I thought maybe I wanted a different look and just something with natural wood. I think I'm going to just use a string of cotton twine through this loop in the fabric that I made already when I folded the fabric over and glued it, and I'm going to just use a wooden dowel here now from Dollar Tree to make it like a simpler modern boho look right now. But definitely comment and let me know, do you prefer it with a wood hanger or with silver arrow? And we are on to the next one, which is fun for summer, but it's going to be perfect for fall. So keep this one in mind as well. You get a 2-for-1 with this piece. I'm taking the last 2 rings from that Dollar Tree tomato cage set, and I'm going to attempt to connect them into one larger hoop. Since I already used one of these hoops a couple weeks ago in a DIY, I figured, hey, why not use the other 2 and just finish it up, because it's not going to work as a tomato cage now anyway. So let's make some crafts out of it. You might want to add some glue into the ends. I felt like it helped mine stay together a little bit better. They were having a little trouble reattaching after I took them apart. So you can stick a little bit of hot glue on your ends when you connect them to help you get a little better hold. And now you could wrap this with raffia, or you could use about 4 sections off of the Dollar Tree hula skirt, which is easier and way more cost effective than the raffia. You get so much bang for your buck with a single hula luau skirt from Dollar Tree. So if you see those, definitely grab them and save them for your raffia DIYs. They work super well. Now I tightly wrapped this around and around the hoop, and then I just used a bit of glue at the end to finish it up. Now I took the end of a Dollar Tree mop and I pulled out the strings. Some of them I separated into their individual 4 strands, and then in between those sections I also attached 3 more full strands as well, and I just kind of alternated them all that way, which you can actually braid those if you want to, the full strands, if you want to braid them together, or you know, however you want to do this. I also took some of this little floral wire garland. To me, it looks like it has little berries. I think that's what these are supposed to be, some kind of little leaf or berry. And I found these with the fall florals at Dollar Tree a couple weeks ago. Definitely keep an eye out at your Dollar Tree for these, because if you go to look for them in the fall, you probably won't find them. I haven't found them in a long time. Last year, I think I found 1 or 2 left over at the very end of the season, but I didn't find them throughout the whole fall. So definitely look now, because going in July, there was actually a whole bunch in Dollar Tree. So keep an eye out for July, August, and don't wait until like October to go and get these if you like them. I did actually share these with you guys right away when I got them on my Instagram stories, so make sure you're following me over there at Style My Sweets if you want to see like little sneak peeks of Dollar Tree hauls and Dollar Tree finds, and just like extra filming and daily life stuff that I share over there on my page on Instagram, and then also in my Instagram stories. Anyway, I did a braid down the center, and I braided 1 piece of this berry twine stuff in. I thought that gave it just like a little subtle fall touch, and I used some of this to also wrap all the way around the hoop. Actually, it took a good bit of this to wrap all the way around the hoop, and then I had 1 section left, so I just cut that in half and I braided it into another braid on the left and the other one into another braid on the right. So this was actually just one $1 section of this little fall floral garlands. All I'm doing is adding 3 of these sunflower clips now from Dollar Tree. I picked these up. I showed you guys these as well on Instagram in that same Dollar Tree haul that I did in my stories over there. These are so super cute for summer and perfect as we go into fall. And actually, if these are your colors and you love sunflowers, it totally works for any time of the year. I'm also thinking of doing something with sunflowers for my mother-in-law's birthday, so that is coming up next month, and I want to put something together for her. Now, on to the next one. This could be either a vase or a candle holder or whatever you like, but I started by cleaning the surface of my Dollar Tree vase and then cutting a piece out of this Dollar Tree shower mat. I lined it up where I felt like it had the neatest edge and cut along that, and then pulled it tightly around the vase. It does have like a little bit of stickiness to kind of give it some cling and adhere to the glass a little bit, and then that way we can just use some hot glue underneath the edges right along the seam where you attach the 2 ends together. I am liking the look of this so far, but I wanted to elevate it somehow, and I happen to have some of the wooden tumbling tower game blocks from Dollar Tree as well, so I lined those up as neatly as I could in a circle to fit under the vase almost perfectly, exactly how I wanted them. And I just thought that I would do this the quick and lazy way rather than trying to glue in between each single wood block, which you could totally do if you want to, but I got my blocks in the position exactly where I wanted them, and then I just carefully added a decent amount of hot glue all the way around the top, placed my vase again super carefully. I pressed it down and held it on there, and then this has stayed together, and I think it worked out really, really well. It stayed together totally fine for me, and it saved me so much time, and it held the little wooden blocks in place really well. And you might already have this, but I just bought this antiquing wax on Amazon, and wow, I love it. I don't even know why it took me so long to get some and try it, but it is so nice for coloring the wood and still leaving a little bit of the wood grain texture and a little bit of that look of the natural wood coming through, almost more of like a stain than a paint. So I'm gonna have this linked below if you're interested. I really liked using it, and I can't wait to create future projects with this. Anyway, I brushed some of it on the wood. I love how this came together. I think it's super cute as a candle holder. My daughter actually liked it better by itself without the wooden base though, so comment and let me know. Should I have left it without the base, or do you like the elevated look with the natural earthy element of the wood? However, we are not done yet because I actually still had another vision in my head. At this point, I had seen what it looked like unpainted and I liked how it was elevated, but now I wanted to go back and try and see how it would look painted. I wrapped the wood with some painter's tape and I decided to spray paint the vase white. Now, I might have sprayed this paint on a little bit too thick or a little too quickly. I'm not sure, but the paint is still kind of sticky and tacky to touch a full day later. So I'm starting to think that it's probably not going to dry very well. I don't know what this mat is made out of, if it's like a rubber or a vinyl, but I think that it must not be plastic, which I originally thought it was, because this paint will adhere to plastic. So I'm thinking that it's more of like a rubber or a vinyl, and that's why I'm having trouble with it. However, I did decide to come back and try painting a scrap piece from the bath mat with chalk paint, and that dried very quickly. So you can always just do this whole thing with white chalk paint and sponge that on, paint it all white with a white chalk paint. It will all dry fine. So that is an option, but either way, I still love how this turned out, and I plan to keep and use this as a vase for artificial greenery, so no one is going to be touching it anyway, even if it does stay a little bit sticky to the touch for a while. I have it up here on the mantle, and I absolutely love how this design looks in white with that natural wood element underneath as the pedestal part. I think it looks so good. So anyway, I don't know, comment, let me know your thoughts if you have a suggestion. Next up is something that I've kind of been debating for a while, and that is what I could do with this Dollar Tree folder. I thought the design was really cool and unique and just fun and perfect for some modern boho decor. Now, I wanted to kind of give it a frame and make it a bit larger, so I'm starting by super gluing this piece from the folder down onto one of these 11 by 14 canvases from Dollar Tree, and I definitely wanted some tassels on here. Now, the darker beige colored ones I made using Dollar Tree cotton twine. You can get a ton of that for $1 in Dollar Tree, but these smaller white ones I really like. They came off of a rug or something like that from Dollar Tree. So I'm repurposing these to create a beautifully spaced out border of tassels along the bottom. I just used hot glue to attach them and it was super easy. Now to hang it, I cut a piece of that cotton twine. I flipped my artwork over, laid the rope down where I wanted it to be for support, and then I just went back and forth across the string of cotton twine, adding hot glue over it, the cotton, to give us a good support. I just let that dry on there and it gave it a very good support. And here's how it looks hanging on the wall. For the next one, I made this one in a previous video, but today I am changing it up. I attached a plastic garden bowl to an upside down martini glass from Dollar Tree. And actually what you might want to do is take your garden bowl and add the adhesive rhinestone stickers along the edge and then just go ahead and spray paint the whole top. I did mine in black, so I just spray painted the whole thing black, and then after that, once it's dry, you could easily go ahead and glue it onto the martini glass. I'm leaving the martini glass clear for my base and going to add some of these leftover stickers that I had along the bottom here. The leaf print looks very boho to me, and I just think that the clear glass and the black adds a really nice, pretty modern twist as well, so you kind of get those modern boho vibes. The last one would be super cute for fall, and it's kind of like a little sweater vase. I found these men's socks in Dollar Tree, and I cut one to neatly fit around a recycle can. I used some hot glue along the bottom to attach it, and I didn't even bother actually gluing the top. I just tucked the excess down inside, and I like how this looks with one of these beautiful ferns from Amazon. Again, I'm going to link everything below, along with providing a link to my Amazon storefront if you're trying to find any of these other items. So comment and let me know which one of these ideas was your favorite. I always love hearing from you guys and chatting with you in the comments. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and also consider subscribing before you go. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family. Don't forget to click the little bell if you do want to be notified when I upload a new video. And with all of that being said, I wish you a beautiful and blessed day, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!